Hello class 8. Today in physics we will discuss some methods of charging objects, and there are two methods available to us in our book: charging by conduction and charging by induction. So we will discuss today these two topics: conduction and induction. These are the two methods of charging an object. First, conduction. Now conduction just means that the two objects will come in actual physical contact, that is, they will touch each other. One charged body will come in contact with another uncharged body, and the uncharged body, after coming in contact, will get charged. So this is the meaning of charging by conduction. Here is the explanation for charging by conduction. Here it is given in your book, page number 92. Here is a charged body, okay? It is negatively charged, and this body is uncharged. You can see there is no particular charge mentioned in this particular body. It is marked with blue color. This body is charged with negative charge. So when we bring this negative charged body to this particular object, now something happens to this object. What happens? Let us see. So when you bring a negative charge body, negative charge will attract. Before that, always know that even though the body is not charged, it still has negative and positive charges mixed with each other in equal proportion. When does a body get charged? When a body gets charged, when these charges which are mixed with each other, positive and negative charges which are mixed with each other, they get polarized. Polarized means one type of charge comes in one side, other type of charge goes on the other side. Then only we say that the body becomes charged. So in this particular body, this side of the body has negative charge. So when this negative charge comes in contact with this body, which also has negative and positive charges mixed, what happens is the negative charge pulls all the positive charge towards itself. So this end of this body, which was initially uncharged, gets now positive charge. Why does it get positive charge? Because negative charge attracts the positively charged particles towards it. So this end of the body is all positive, whereas negative repels a negative charge, isn't it? So all the negative charges which were in this region get repelled and come in this region. Okay, till now this body has not touched. See, there's a gap still. Now in the third step, this negative charge body now touches, and as soon as it touches, from here the body has excess of negative charge, isn't it? These negative charges jump into this object. Okay, so now this end or the whole object is majority negatively charged. So now when you remove this object from here, now this body becomes now negatively charged. But as the law of conservation of charges say, the number of charges remains the same only. See, to explain here, see very carefully. How many charges? Negative charges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After touching, out of 6 charges, 3 charges come over here. And here it is left with 3 charges. So here also, after touching, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negative charge. Before touching also there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charges. So this is the law of conservation of charge. That means the bodies get charged obeying this law of conservation of charge. No new charge is created or no existing charges are destroyed. Only charges move from one body to another body. So when you are touching this negatively charged body with an uncharged body, you are actually transferring the charge that this particular charged body has onto the other body which is not charged. So if you are charging with a negatively charged body, then the body you are touching will get negative charge. If you are touching with a positively charged body, then it will get positively charged. Okay, I hope it is clear. Once again, let me explain in short. Negatively charged body, this is uncharged body. When you bring the negatively charged body near the uncharged body, it attracts all the positive charges towards itself and negative charges are repelled. Now when you touch it, some negative charges from this body. As you can see, there were 6 negative charges here initially. Some of the negative charges jump over here after touching. Okay, so now when you remove, from here some charges have jumped over here. So this body also now gets negatively charged. And law of conservation of charge also is maintained. See the number of charges after charging, after touching, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and before touching also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this was charging by conduction, that is touching. Now the next method is charging by induction, where there is no touching, only from a distance. An uncharged body is charged by a charged body by keeping that charged body at a distance without touching it. So let us see the explanation. Here it is. Again here a negatively charged body is used, and this is an uncharged body. Now uncharged body has equal number of positive and negative charges, alright. Now but here this particular body, uncharged body, is grounded. Now ground is a storehouse of charges. That means both negatively and positively charges are in abundance in the ground. So this is the symbol of grounding. Okay, so with ground there is a wire touching this particular uncharged body. Now ground can do both. Okay, it can give also electrons and it can also take electrons depending on the situation. Now let us see the situation over here. This is a charged, negatively charged body. This is an uncharged body. Now when you bring this negatively charged body over here near this object which is not charged, here as you can see in the second diagram, negative charges pushes all the negative charges. You know, negative and negative repel each other, whereas negative attracts all the positive charges. So all positive charges which were present in this object, even though it is not charged, but it has both kind of charges in it. Remember, negative and positive charge are there in this body in equal proportion. So when you are bringing this negative charge body near, all positive charged particles are getting attracted towards this side because here this object is negative. So what about the negative charges? See, all negative charges are, you can see this arrow. This negatively charged particle pushes all the negatively charged particles from this object through the ground, and all the negative charged particles enter the ground, leaving this object only with excess of positive charges. Alright, so now you cut the ground connection and you will have this body now charged with only positive charge. Remove this negatively charged object, now this body gets positively charged. Now you had used in this diagram a negatively charged object, right? You can do the same thing by using positive charge also. When you bring the positive charge near, imagine this to be a positive charge, all the negative charges will attract here and the positive charges will be repelled to the ground. So when all the positive charges will go to the ground, this side will be left only with negative charges. Okay, just the opposite of what is here. Okay, so here did we touch the charged body with the uncharged body? No, you can see there's a gap. So in this method of induction, we don't touch the uncharged body with the charged body. This is the difference between charging by conduction and charging by induction. So I hope this particular topic is clear to you all. Keeping this topic in mind, in the next class we will discuss about an electroscope. Okay, an electroscope is an instrument which is used for testing what kind of charge a body has in it. Okay, that we will do in the next class.